In today's video, we're going to be looking at how much SOL you need to become a crypto millionaire and also some Solana price predictions for 2024. Please remember that this is not intended to be financial advice. Never purchase any suggested coin without researching, since it is entirely your responsibility. Before we continue with the video, if you guys want to trade crypto, you can do so with Margex. Margex offers up to 100x leverage, no KYC, and no VPN is required, and anybody can sign up from anywhere, but make sure to follow your country's regulations and rules. You can find a link to Margex in the description below. At this time of the year, Solana investors are having quite the blast, with lots of Solana-based cryptocurrencies throwing in quite the profit for those who are lucky enough to get into the mix. The positive market that seems to have overtaken Solana is evident not just of the adoption of its DeFi functionality, but also in terms of the coin's price action. It wasn't too long ago when Solana crashed from $260 per token to trade at about $9 per SOL. And in the year 2023 alone, Solana has experienced a staggering surge of over 700% since the beginning of January 2023, thus rising from $9 to about $121 and forming the 2023 yearly high. It's renewed the hope of Solana investors who were more or less done in by the unfortunate event that surrounded the collapse of FTX, which added to the misery of Solana ecosystem in addition to the overwhelming bearish market. Solana's recent growth has been nothing short of phenomenal, with more than 56% price surge in the last 1 month alone. It undoubtedly became the standout cryptocurrency of the year 2023, outperforming even Bitcoin and Ethereum. It has indeed performed beyond expectation. A couple of months back, after it resurged to hit the $30 mark, many traders and investors were contemplating the possibility of SOL breaking the $100 mark in the near future. Those that doubted the possibility of it must be ruining their missed opportunity, because Solana is on a pretty high wave now, and it doesn't look like it's going to desist anytime soon. The rate at which Solana is being traded right now is massive, especially in the DeFi layer of the ecosystem that has seen the creation of hundreds of tokens in the last few months, and Solana constantly changing hands as people use Solana to buy and sell these tokens, whether they had any long-term prospect or not. It's been a while since we've seen this kind of activity on any other network other than Ethereum, which is basically the home of DeFi. The one reason that Solana has totally outclassed Ethereum is majorly because of the speed at which transactions can be completed on the network, and the exceedingly low gas fees regardless of the size of the transaction. You'd hardly have to spend up to $1 on any swap, buy, or sell. Whereas on Ethereum, if you tried to swap $1 worth of token for any other cryptocurrency, you might be facing charges that amount to $10. And if that were not the case, Ethereum might be enjoying most of the volume that Solana is having right now. And because of this, most traders on Ethereum's DeFi are now trading in large amounts on Solana as well. At the time of recording, Solana is trading at about $104.14 per coin, and while the new year is just starting, there are already speculations surrounding the direction in which the price will go. Few expect Solana to drop and stabilize at about $90. You'd need at least 10,000 SOL to get remotely close to a wallet, worth about $1 million. However, that is for the whales to figure out. There is a lot more potential for all investors in Solana, considering that the project's all-time high value is set at approximately $260 per coin, and given that its total supply is infinite, you can expect its circulating supply to balloon at an inflationary rate and thus influence its market cap, which is currently valued at about $44 billion. In a way, the coin could turn up to perform insanely by the end of the decade and cross the $1,000 price mark. Of course, you can't expect that kind of move to happen overnight. It's just with the way Solana is gearing up to match Ethereum in terms of utility and openness to development. The sky would just be the limit over its potential, even if you cannot expect an overnight 10x or 100x from a project of this size. One thing you need to know is that for a project of this size, every 10 to 15% price pump is very significant. Your profits can begin to accrue for the next few years if you pay a watchful eye to the market activities. For now, I think a pump to about $500 is a coveted position for Solana in the next 3 to 5 years. That way, it can totally eclipse BNB in terms of performance, even as its utility has evidently transcended what the Binance Smart Chain has achieved. It's safe to say that this could turn out to be the ultimate revival of the true Ethereum killer, and there's no other project like Solana that can do it any better. What are the most tenable predictions for Solana in 2024? We must first agree that pretty much everything in the crypto market as we know it is riding on the potential happening of a market-wide bull run, which many are anticipating in 2024. There's already been a series of watchful eyes on what's happened in the second half of 2023, with Bitcoin crossing the $40,000 price boundary and setting around $42,000, while many expect it to reach $50,000. However, it hasn't exactly happened yet. I think the understanding is that if there will be a bull run, Bitcoin has to spearhead it. Otherwise, we should expect really nothing at all. In the advent of a no-show of the bull run, some predict that Solana could drop below $100 and trade for most of the year between $50 and $90. I guess this thought pattern is based on the unpredictability of the market and the chances that the coin might be unable to consolidate its valuation above that price range. However, there are other reasons that may drive that conviction. In the last 2 years, it came out that Solana was venture capital backed, and there arose a series of challenges and network issues that clearly crippled it. The network's involvement with Alameda and FTX as major investors in Solana at that time did more harm than good after the organization crashed in bankruptcy. This controversy momentarily cast a shadow all over Solana, making it one of the underdogs in the industry. However, against the odds, its dedicated fan base has remained resilient, and it appears that the worst may be behind Solana at this juncture. Solana struggled to gain traction, partly due to its close ties with SBF and Alameda. Alameda's substantial holdings in Sol added complexity to the mix. Network outages and allegations of centralization further fueled the skepticism surrounding Solana. That was what led to the crash that brought Solana down low to its lowest price point in December 2022. Sol traded at just $9.60, and since then, it has experienced a remarkable 5x surge, yet it still stands at 75% discount from its all-time high of $259. Reclaiming its previous peak would require nearly a 4x return from the current price. Now, we are looking at a project that is bigger, stronger, and has overcome the worst of negative publicity and market challenges, securing its position as the sixth largest coin with a market cap exceeding $40 billion. So if there are doubts that Solana could finish 2024 above $100, there is more than enough reasons to quell such. There are a few price points that the coin needs to surpass to continue trading above that level, and experts suggest that it needs to break the price resistance at $130, $140, and $200. If it manages to cross $200 at any point in the year, I wouldn't put it past the coin, in the worst case scenario, to close the year at about $150. And with Sol emerging as the genuine alternative to Ethereum for NFT collections, offering a unique position in the market alongside Bitcoin ordinals, we are looking at a very big year for Solana going into 2025. Surpassing its current all-time high will be a walk in the park, and eventually when the bull run comes, we might be looking at a $500 gem right in our hands.